Let's face it, we're a fickle-minded people. Whether it's for phone cases, desktop wallpapers, color of our shoes, we need to change things up a bit. It just keeps everything interesting and even inspiring. Most of that has to do with the feelings that we're going through, or maybe the feelings that we're after. And I think Netgear actually realizes this. And so they've created a product that gives you the ability to change things up a bit. This is the Mural, and it was sent in by Netgear for me to try out. Now, if you Google Netgear Mural, you'll most likely come across the more popular and larger version, which is the Canvas 2. That one is marketed as a frame that can display works of art with amazing accuracy and detail. What we are going to be focusing on is this. This is the Mural Wi-Fi photo frame. Think of it as the Canvas's little brother. Although this one is obviously smaller at 7.5 by 13.5 inches, it's still a larger than usual photo frame. Definitely bigger than any of the other frames that I have on display that isn't hanging on a wall. This IPS anti-glare display measures at 15.6 inches diagonally with a 1080 Full HD resolution. As of this moment, the only available finish is this charcoal gray with wood grain inlay. Now, the design itself is very safe, and I think that's a good thing because that means it's just more versatile in a number of different spaces. It has a stand that works really well, both on portrait and landscape orientation. Powering this Mural is a quad-core 1.8 GHz ARM processor with 1 gig of RAM and 8 gigs of storage capacity. Now, half of that goes to the actual storage of your photos. The other half, I'm not really sure. It has built-in sensors for gesture controls, an orientation sensor, as well as an ambient light sensor to automatically adjust its brightness. Although the box comes with mounting hardware, this is primarily designed to be a tabletop display. That being said, it's a very great and convenient way to display family photos. And so you choose the photos that you want displayed in that screen through the Mural app. This app lets you upload photos from your camera roll and send it straight to the Mural Wi-Fi photo frame. You can also link albums that you have online, such as Google Photos. And another cool thing is that you can display up to 15 seconds of video. You can create playlists and set the brightness of the display to your liking. One cool feature that the Mural has is its gesture controls. Swipe left or right to change the image, swipe up to get details about that image or artwork, and swipe down to access some settings. But probably my favorite feature is how bright the screen actually is. Now, during the day when I'm walking past these photos of my family, the Mural Wi-Fi photo frame definitely stands out and can be easily seen from afar. If you appreciate art, Netgear also offers a Mural membership, a subscription service that gives you access to over 30,000 plus artworks. Other perks of this membership gets you additional cloud storage for your photo uploads, as well as inviting family and friends to share photos on your Mural. Pricing of the membership is somewhere close to $9 a month or $70 for the entire year. Now, this wouldn't be a genuine review if I don't share some of the pain points that I've experienced after living with the Mural Wi-Fi photo frame for about maybe a little less than 2 weeks. So while all these features are cool, there are some things that I'd like to point out before you make that purchase decision. Although this product ships with some wall mounting anchors, you might want to consider hiding this cord. That means you're either hiding it behind something or drilling through the wall. And if I'm being honest, I don't think the cord is actually long enough, at least not for this small version. I like that the Mural automatically detects what orientation your photos are. If you have the Mural on landscape mode, such as this, for example, only the photos in the album that are oriented the same way are displayed. But the obvious downside is that if you have a lot of photos in portrait mode, you're going to have to choose whether you want to set the Mural standing up or laying on its side. Next is the gesture controls. Now, they do work, but I think it requires a little bit of practice, and I noticed that you have to be very intentional for it to actually work. But once you get the hang of it, it does work. The app itself is simple enough and intuitive, but it does take time to upload new photos. Sometimes I had to refresh the app itself because for some reason it wasn't recognizing any new photos that I have in my phone. While the display can get bright enough, there are still some angles where it's a little bit difficult to look at the photos. It's not a major thing, but I thought it was at least worth mentioning. But I still stand by the fact that I do enjoy looking at my photos in this frame just because of the screen. I mean, the fact that it can get so bright that it stands out amongst all the other photos. So the last thing I would like you to think about is the monthly membership. Yes, it's a great idea to have access to all these wonderful pieces of art. But you also have to remember that for the monthly subscription, you're not exactly getting the actual piece of art in there. If you know what I mean. Who is the mural for? Personally speaking, I can appreciate something like this in my own home. And I can even imagine myself giving this as a gift to my parents, for example, so that they always have updated photos of their grandchildren without them having to log into their Facebook or maybe text us and request some photos. I think that's a pretty cool idea. I think that's a cool piece of tech that the older generation can appreciate. Heck, I can appreciate it right now. Usually when we think of technology, there's a sense of sterility to it. It's like it was made in a lab instead of being handcrafted by an artisan. But because this gives you the ability to view your most cherished memories as well as inspirational pieces of art, I think Netgear is on the right track when it comes to blurring the lines between technology and that warm, cozy feeling of home decor. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Living with the photo, living with the Mural photo Wi-Fi